Oh, man. Okay, fire away.
Did you make it to the airport on time? Who drove, and what was the top speed achieved?
So everything was legal. We had some help from our friends in the police, and Lee and the girls actually left. I think they left before the game was over. And then we had some help from airport security, and it was magical and awesome and brilliant. And I'm so grateful. There were so many people that just helped us make that happen, and it was really special for our family.
Coach, we're starting to see bits and pieces of the new jerseys for tomorrow. The social media team's pushing things out. Just wanted to get your reaction to it, your kind of input into it, and obviously I know those have a special relationship with you in your time here.
I love it. It's it's emotional for me. It's special for me. It is. I think it's a connection point for all of us, and so it'll be a great celebration. It's fun to have them back. The whole denim vibe, I think, is awesome. So I think we're going to enjoy it.
Coach, piggybacking off that, do you have any special wardrobe plans yourself to match the denim?
I have a suit that I think is going to be great, and it's so we'll see how it plays out.
Not a denim suit.
Well, I don't know. Like it is full of awesomeness. That's what it is.
Those were not really received as highly back then. Do you remember that? And I mean, what?
I don't think people liked them at all. I think people were like, "What is this?" Right? And I think that's part of the great. It's part of the great part of the story. Is right. Is we didn't fall in love with the team because of the denim. We fell in love with the denim because of the experience that we all got to share together, and that's actually what gives it its life, and that's special.
With all the guys, the 96 guys being back Saturday, is there added pressure on you and on this team to put on a good performance in front of that group?
They're always there. They're always there, and so it's always, you can't, the pressure can't get any bigger. It just is. It is it's fever pitch all the time. So no, it's just great having them in. Like these are our guys. Like these are BBN's guys, and so it's fun to have them in the building. It's fun to have them all together in the building. It's all good.
Was there any added pressure to get the team humming to make just the standard that 96 team had to wear the same jersey that team did?
Yeah, it's again, it's just the same. I mean, it's like it's always fever pitch. So it's one of the beautiful things about here at Kentucky.
Coach, Tom Hart called Colin Chandler Captain Clutch. What do you think of that nickname, and how do you assess Colin's play? Because he's been doing everything, it seems like.
He loves it down the stretch, doesn't he? I mean, my goodness, he just is putting together play after play after play. I think it's fun to watch him grow. It's just fun to watch guys grow, and a lot of times we get stuck evaluating a guy's past and future and who they were before and who they will be forever just in one moment in time. There's such a hyper focus on every word a player says or every play he makes or everything he does, and then we make a grand evaluation on it. And I think that's fun. It's there's a funness to that. But what's great is to watch guys' growth trajectory. I think that's what's really inspiring. And Colin he's making strides. He just keeps getting better and better and better, and he loves the moment. He's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid of all the pressure that comes with it, and he just embraces it. And the guys around him are doing it too. So it's been special, and he's been on a tear.
Mark, sorry.
No, that's it.
Sticking with that theme of
Yeah.
growth and trajectory, we've seen that from Andrea recently as well, especially
Yeah.
since he moved into the starting lineup. And you talked even when he wasn't playing earlier this year about the potential and where he had to go. Can you just speak a little bit to his development and maybe his perseverance to stick with things even during those down times in December to get to where he's at now?
Yeah. At one point he went several games without playing much, and we talked a bunch, and he just was continuing like, hey, this is I get it. Like I knew what I was signing up for, and this is how it goes. And sometimes things are humming and clicking and going great, and sometimes you just have to put your head down and work really hard to try and grow. And it's fun to watch him right now because he's becoming more comfortable in his own skin, right? He's becoming more comfortable with what we do and how we do it and how it looks and how it feels. And so with every player, you see it, they have skills, and as their comfort level increases, the skills kind of were already there, and now they're just able to utilize them. He's shooting the ball. He's shooting 47% in SEC play from the three-point line, which is really important for us. And, he didn't have his best defensive game a couple nights ago, but he was really good on the defensive glass. He was physical on the defensive glass if he wasn't physical everywhere else, and made a couple shots for us early that helped us feel right. And he's making big contributions to this team right now.
He told some of us after the game about the new pregame practice and before
Yeah.
actual games routine of the bigs using boxing gloves
Yeah,
and
yeah.
kind of getting into it with Coach McLean and some of the GAs. How did that come about, and how have you seen that translate to an increased physicality the last few outings?
Yeah, I think Vandy hurt our hearts a lot. We were just disappointed in us. We were just so disappointed in us, and that happens. I think every team right now in the SEC could look at a game and be like, we just didn't bring the physicality of the fight. This league is crazy. As we're preparing for Tennessee, we look at the clips in this game of where they're like literally grabbing cutters, like hugging them, and you have to get yourself to a place where you can still execute, you can still make decisions and make reads, but you're just embracing the physicality. So it's kind of a response to all those things, and it's been good for our guys, just to give them permission actually to embrace in the physicality of the battle and to do it from the very first possession. You feel different. It's a feeling as a player. You walk into a cold gym and you get warm up and loose and you do all this stuff by yourself, and then the first possession, all of a sudden there's the collision of contact that's violent and vicious that you don't actually experience in warm-ups because everyone's trying to keep each other safe. Once the game starts, nobody's trying to keep anybody safe, and so sometimes it takes you a moment to get in there. I think things like that are helping our guys. I really do, and I expect us to continue our physicality to increase as we move forward.
Is there something different between Tennessee the first time you played them until now?
Yeah, they are evolving for sure. Rick does this through the season. He kind of adds to the playlist as they go. So they've opened up the playbook a little bit. They're doing more. Nate Ament, the last 4 games since we played him is averaging almost 25 points a game. Gillespie is still at 20. Akpar has been out for a couple games. I assume he'll be back for us, but Estrella is playing a lot more, and he's been really effective. So lineup-wise, they've kind of shuffled the rotations, some of the responsibilities, some of the touches. But Tennessee is always going to be Tennessee. Hard-nosed, best offensive rebounding team in the country, really, really hard-nosed, hang their hat on the defensive end and their physicality and their ruggedness, and so that part is always the same.
Coach, I'm not sure what your hit rate is on coach's challenges, but it seems like it's pretty high. Just what's the process with Matt Santoro and how quickly you all have to get that communicated, and how well you think he's doing that?
Yeah, this Matt Santoro is driving me crazy, man. So it is really high. Like, we've only missed on one. And so it's like his people are calling me, his agents calling me, everybody's trying to renegotiate his contract. I'm just like, slow down, Matt. But he's been unbelievable. And so it's a fun part of the game, actually. I actually like it. It's something in your pocket. And I think it's really effective. I think it was a genius move by the rules committee, because what it does is it takes some of the pressure, the relentless pressure, off of these referees, and it puts it on coaches. And there's this space now. It's like, hey, if it was a problem, you should have challenged it. And the challenges are really limited in scope. I would love for them to expand in scope. But I think it's been a good move. I think we've been really effective. I think Matt Santoro's done an unbelievable job, and he's feeling a lot of pressure. I think now every single person in a Rupp can feel the moment where there's a potential challenge, and I think 20,000, I guess we all have too, so 40,000 eyes are trained right on Matt Santoro, and I actually love the moment for him. It's pretty fun.
Along the lines of the physicality, what have you thought about this team's like swagger here in the last few games? You got the technicals, kind of some dust ups,
Yeah.
Trent Noah shushing fans. Is this team kind of developing something there?
The technicals we'll see. I mean, we set the record for. Have we confirmed this yet?
There's no way to confirm it, but I think it's got to be true.
I'm exceedingly confident that we have the most technicals unrelated in the 38-second span of a game by different individuals. I'm sure. In fact, Santoro was egging me on. He's like, we can break the record right now. It was like 36, 37. You got to do it now. So we got the third tee. We also probably, are we the first team to ever have a tee with less than 2 seconds left in a 16-point win at home? It's got to be. It's just got to be true. So I don't love it. I don't love it. I love where it's coming from. I would rather for us to play outside the lines a little bit in this rush to like embrace the competitiveness of these games, and I'd rather have our emotions spill over than spill under. And so we have to be better at managing it, keeping it focused. But if we're going to be wrong, let's be wrong this way. And so I like that from our team. I think the guys. There's something powerful about when you just get bludgeoned and bludgeoned and bludgeoned and bludgeoned, and you still get up, you still wake up the next day, and you come out to the court because, in its own unique way, you're not scared of it anymore. You're just like, hey, we probably, all the things have been tough, they've been hard, and we're still standing, we're still fighting, and so it's like, hey. We can take a hit and keep going. We can have a bad half and keep going and win. We can have a bad game and come back and really respond. We can, feel all the pressure and in some cases a ton of hate. And like we still wake up the next morning, we're still together in this locker room. We're still doing this together. And there's a power in that. If you can endure it, which these guys are trying to do right now, there's a power that comes with that could actually make you a really dangerous team. And so, we have a ton of work to do. But I like this group's. I like their resilience. I like the fact that they get up off the mat over and over and over again. I like the fact that we're maybe becoming more and more impervious to all the noise around us, because what more could you say to crush us in this team? It's like there's nothing left in the tank. Kind of all the hyperbole is gone, and so it's like all that scariness is gone. It's just like, let's go work, and it's pretty cool. It's actually fun. I'm grateful for it.
Mark, at what point did you feel like you knew that Malachi was capable of doing what he's doing this soon in his college career?
Yeah, I think my breakthrough vision on him was at USA this summer, where I just was like, this guy. He took a jump mobility wise. In a lot of different areas of mobility and physicality, took a huge jump in his senior year of high school. And you could kind of see it happening during his senior year, but by the time he got to USA this summer, I was like, wow, this guy, he was the best, in one of the sessions, he was the best guy on the court. And so it was at that moment where I was like, ooh, this is special. Now, you still have to go through all the freshman stuff, the lights, the games, usually freshmen at some point during the midpoint of the season, they start to just fatigue emotionally, but he's managed all that really well. Early in the season I was worried about his ball protection, but he's been great all year long on that. These are things that haunt young players. So he's kind of continually rung the bell, and he's put together a great season.
As a follow-up on that, has he kind of forced you to recalibrate expectations? I think, to be fair, the expectation was that BG would be at the 5 until maybe JQ was healthy, and Malachi was kind of working where he could.
Mm-hmm.
But Malachi's got in the lineup and seems to be holding it down.
He's been really good, and I think in some ways it's helped BG too. BG's coming off his best performance of his career, and so. The great thing about this game is we don't have to wonder. You go earn it, and you go make it happen. And you're right, the expectations always change. And hopefully, if you earn them, the expectations get ridiculous. But you have to earn that. And Malachi's on his way to really putting some lofty expectations out on him.
You were talking, Mark, about kind of some of that physicality and some of that energy. That you think back to how that Tennessee game ended with guys jawing at each other. you go into this game and expect that same kind of energy in a
Yeah.
rivalry game?
Yeah, for sure. It's a SEC game, and that's every game for us. It really is every game. It's. I mean, we just had some chaos against Oklahoma, right? It just is. It's every game. It's the heightened emotion of the game. It's the way we're trying to approach this game. It is, when I say this game, I mean every single game, and I think it's. The game asks for it, man. The game asks for your whole heart, everything you have, and it asks for it to spill over a little bit, and then you got to make sure that it doesn't spill over in a negative way, and so we're trying to live in that space. I think the guys have done a nice job living there in a positive way, for the last 6 weeks.
Since you
What
had
is
to
it
run on
about
Wednesday, just wanted to get your thoughts on BG's game. I know you
Yeah.
guys have a really good relationship, so just wanted to hear your thoughts on him, which been up and down season, but he had a career night the other day.
Yeah, I mean, he was unbelievable lead on the short roll. Like his decision making out of the short roll was unbelievable. He finished really well, which is good for him. That's I think that helps buoy his confidence. I thought he's had some real physicality defense. It wasn't his greatest defensive game ever. His expectation, our expectations for him defensively are like out of this world. I think he can guard any player on the floor. So, but him on the glass, he gave us a great physical showing. Him in the short roll was just elite. Him scoring the ball, finish around the rim was terrific. So he's got it in him. He's going to continue to get better and better and better. We need him. He is a massively important piece of us moving forward, not just in this kind of second half of SEC play, but also moving to the postseason. When BG plays well, we play well. Almost without exception, and so he's really important to everything that we do.
What is it about Ortega?
Oh, sorry. I'm just saying hi to Miss Leanne. She just walked in. Hi.
What is it about Ortega that he seems to get under the skin of opponents, and he seems to enjoy needling folks, and they get upset, and he doesn't really ever get upset with no exchange.
Ortega is a competitor and he's a vet. I mean, he's about to cross the 1,000-point plateau. Only the 5th transfer ever to do that here at the University of Kentucky. He's a vet's vet, and he's been engaged in the battle now for here at Kentucky. He's our most veteran minutes guy in the battle, in the heat of battle by a million miles here. And he's got a competitive spirit. He's got a little bit of a fearlessness about him. It's partly why he can, be on the road at Oklahoma in a massive game last year and score 18 of 21, right, to win it. He just has this little chip in him that sometimes can drive me crazy in other areas, but it serves him so well as a competitor because he got a belief that's really special. And he's got a competitive fearlessness that is contagious for our guys. He might not be always the most. He might not be the loudest guy on the floor sometimes, but I think I think our guys ride his courage a little bit, and so it's fun. He's been a joy to coach, man, and what he's been doing for the last 2 months is really impressive. It's really impressive, and it comes from this competitive space where he's able to kind of bring it every single game and really go fight.
Mark, with Avery, what have the last 15 months been like for you and you guys as a family, knowing that she's growing and doing her own thing, but also knowing kind of part of who's gone? Yeah,
I don't know if it's the greatest blessing in the world, but one of the great blessings in the world is watching your children inspire you, and you think about the tangible commitment. She walked away from college. She walked away from her tennis career to go spend, I guess it's almost 17 months now, right, babe? And to just consecrate that time, and that's a big word, and that really means something. It actually means something to say, hey, I'm going to step away from my life for 17, give or take, weeks, months, and I'm going to give it to God, and I'm going to try and go serve people, and that's the only agenda I'm going to have. And then along the way, we're blessed that we could talk to her one time a week. It was limited, so you can talk to her one time a week. And we get these phone calls back, and she's sending us these letters that have changed my life, the way I look at life. They actually changed the way I look at life. And she had a chance to serve all the people around her and have this incredible experience in El Salvador, which is a place that's incredibly different than where we are with, all people essentially are the same, but people that come from a very different space. And I mean, what a blessing to watch our children become the people that we admire the most in the world. Like, it just is everything good about what a family is, and so to have her back, and this is a big change for her too, right? And but it's been really special. Lee and I, we got her. It was really sweet just. Meeting her at the airport and then coming home. She's our second missionary, so Ella did the same thing, and then we get home and it's, I don't know what time it was, 2:00 in the morning, and we're just sitting there. Layla couldn't be there, but everybody else was there, and it's just like you don't want to go to bed because you just want to stare at each other, and it's the best. It's the best. It's I'm blessed with the most extraordinary partner in the world, Leanne, and she's raised these 4 unbelievable girls, and it's awesome. So thanks for asking. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys.